kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson puts it on the cart when it's out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So here are the Patriots now in excellent field position to start things out. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Throwing, Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Now Jones. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Harris. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Stevenson. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They run for it with Harris. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris taking it in from a yard out. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Now the try here for the point after. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Enough Texas start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive.
And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
In on the tackle, Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Yeah, the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Lions will take over.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Still going. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now a toss for Swift left side.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Wilson. That's complete to John Ross. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Here's Wilson to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now it's Wilson. And it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Open man is Quintez Cephus.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 27-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
27 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Takes it at the 7. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. New England trying to get a place on offense.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll toss to Harris. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Harris. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 7-7, our score after 1. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Off play action. Jones. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Patriots have taken the lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
From the 27, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
New England's offense set to go.
It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run with Harris. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jones. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Webb. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Back to throw. Jones. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Trey Flowers able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this one's incomplete. New England on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the gun, Jones.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, and it's 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Ballantyne to return.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
2nd down and 7.
Here's Wilson. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Wilson. Going deep downfield for Ross. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Patriots are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Damian Harris to the Patriot offense, ready to take over again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First catch for it. It's good for a dozen and a first down. On 1st down, Harris looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now Wilson on 1st down.
He'll find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Now Wilson. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grab.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Wilson will throw again.
They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's 2nd down.
On 2nd and 10. Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Damian Harris of the Patriot offense ready to take over again.
And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how's he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Chris Godwin.
75 yards. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Ballantyne to return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll get this off to Swift. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Stevenson. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Checking this down to Stevenson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The D for the Pats, the Patriots heading back onto the field now. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. They go with Thompson again. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Hodges. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at the 15. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lowered in the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. McKee. He finds his man. Complete. It's Graves. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now we see Bryant yet to pop up. Still down following that play. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Baldwin. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions 39. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Charles Harris. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Here's Hodges looking to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Thompson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Thompson. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Hodges. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long.
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hodges now. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Charles Harris, his second sack of the night. Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he fires one, but incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, a run with Thompson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Looking to throw. Hodges. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it online, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not, it's not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Stevenson.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. McKee. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Now a throw here, hauled in. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Operating from the gun, McKee.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now a give, right side, Thompson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
They run with Thompson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. On second down, here's Hodges. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 60 yards.
And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Another go-around now for the Patriot offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory.
I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Someone moved, flag is out, that's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
So that'll back him up 5. Looking to throw. McKee. And that one complete to Keene, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. From the gun, McKee. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal to start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
On 1st and 10, it's Hodges. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
2nd and 10.
To throw again. Hodges. Kaderl Hodge has it complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 1st down, here's Hodges. Over the middle, complete. It's Bryant. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offensive.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of the gun, it's Hodges. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Hodges here on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Once more, Hodges sets to throw it. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They give it here to Thompson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Hodges. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 13-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Able to shake him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Deatrich Wise Jr. in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Can't give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, it's Hodges. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. The Lions on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is third down and 12. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's fourth down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Patriots ready to try again on offense. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of bit.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free than what they're trying to get done on offense.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
They'll keep it on the ground. Baldwin, give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. McKee setting up a screen for Stevenson. Powerful running. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And now we see Bryant yet to pop up. Still down following that play. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Now a play fake here on first down. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They run once more with Stevenson.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Back to throw. McKee. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Looking to throw. McKee. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So now the Lions down by 10, and time, a huge factor. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Hodges on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a look now at Nelson, who remains down. He appears to be shaken up a bit. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Hodges. St. Brown on the catch. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Hodges will throw again. He shakes him off. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Hodges. Throw left side, complete. That's Bryant. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now Hodges on 1st down. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And the Patriots are going to recover, and that should just about assure victory. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it wasn't really always